Swedish penguins. Oh. Another video for King's War, and this time we are looking at the campaign expansion supplement book, Halpi's Rift. Now, this book, I'm in two minds about it, and one of them comes from a mostly unjustified position, because as a campaign book it's not too bad, but as a book that gives you more stuff in it, such as new units, heroes, rules and whatnot, it's not that good. But as it was being advertised by Mantic and on YouTube and whatnot, it was being advertised mainly as a campaign book, so that's kind of where my criticism lies, and that's why I say it's mostly unjustified, because if you're expecting it to add more stuff in that's not campaign based, kind of missing the point somewhat. But let's begin. You're looking at about 20 quid for the book. It came out this year. It focuses mostly on the Ratkin and also on the campaign setting that takes place on the Halpi mountains. I think I pronounced that correctly. You get contents with what's in the book. You then get some background as you'd expect, and the background goes into pretty decent detail. Goes mainly into the Ratkin and the Goblins and the Abyssal Dwarves, but has got a bit on the different heroes and their part from their various factions that have got out to do with the campaign, such as the Basileans, the Orcs, the Undead, which I have to say, they are making use of that Salamander Necromancer they did for Vanguard, which they've made it a character which very nicely done. The artwork isn't too bad. You've got a image such as this, and you've got others like it, and like I say, every time the artwork that Mantic does now is top quality. I've said before and I'll say it again all the time, whoever Mantic gets to do the artistry here, give them a pay rise, because they are amazing. You've then got a map of the area. You've then got descriptions and mostly drawings, not in colour, but art pieces of the different characters, what they do and why they're in this campaign. There's a lot for the main one, so you've got the Abyssal Dwarf, Dravak, Dalkin, Bannik, Kolarm, Barik is for the Abyssal Dwarves. Sorry, Dravik is the Abyssal Dwarves. Barik is the Free Dwarves. You've then got Grupp, not Longnail, which is for the Goblins. He's essentially, if you've seen the new two-player starter set, which is the Goblins and the Ratkin, he's the Goblin Whiz that's doing the Hadouken pose, which, very nicely done, Mantic, very nicely done. You've then got Nomagrok, which is a Ogre. You've then got Capoca, which is Glade Walker, Twitch Kinnear, which has got 3 pages worth, which I'm surprised you weren't seen at the start for the Ratkin. You've then got Nimu Way Dancer for the Elves, Zazuzu, the Betrayer for the Abyss. I really can't pronounce that name, I probably said it wrong. Tolvar the Seer for the Basilians, Serakina, damn these names are romantic, the Ice Queen for the Northern Alliance, Sebekri the Accursed for the Empire of Dust. You could probably get the Cursed Pharaoh model, and it looked very close to the picture they've got. Karoshk, or Karosh, the Hunter in the Deep for the Trident Realms. Ensria, and I think that's pronounced, the Wailing Shadow for the Night Stalkers. Ulpgra the Mad for the Orcs, and Zunok Iceblood for the Undead. Then goes into more background for the Ratkin, including a map of the example of the lair. Not badly done. It's kind of how they did for the dwarves, how a dwarf stronghold is. It's kind of like that, which, if you play a campaign where it's Ratkin versus dwarves, you could do a cave network like that. Worked very well, I'd say. Then it's got a picture which I don't know if they're using proper Mantic models like the Dead Zone Vermin, the Ratkin models, which you can buy them in regiments, and other such things. But to me, it kind of looks like they've put models down in some sort of action scene shot, and put some colours and whatnot over it to make it look a certain way. It doesn't look like models, and yet it does at the same time. Put in the comments below if they are models. And then we've got some little bits for the Ratkin. Then we've got the main campaign setting. Tells you how the special spells work, because majority of this book is about spellcasters. Magical terrain on the plains, monsters and mercenaries, magical channeling tables in larger games, campaign magical artifacts, which are all heroic. Yes, they're all heroic. You've then got the material, the different magical planes. You've got, how many have you got? You've got one. Each of them I think is 2 pages, and there's some sort of magical artifacts and whatnot. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and technically a 5th one, which is more free roaming. Then you've got the heroes. There's one for the Basilians, there's one for the Elves and Sylviankin, which is kind of shared. One for the Free Dwarves, one for the Northern Alliance, one for the Forces of Nature, one for the Trident Realms, one for the Ogres, one for the Forces of the Abyss, 2 for the Abyssal Dwarves, one of them being a Titan, one of them for the Night Stalkers, one of them for the Goblins, one of them for the Empire of Dust, one of them for the Orcs, only one for the Ratkin, which, okay, one for the Undead. And then near the back we have the Clash of Kings update. This is usually the meat of each book Mantic does each year. The first one I think was 2017 for second edition, which was okay, I guess. 2008 and 18 was atrocious. It was basically an errata, an FAQ book, and not much else. It was really, really poor. 2019 had a hell of a lot of stuff in it. Mostly units from Vanguard, so new unit entries, new siege rules, and a few other bits, as well as the erratas and whatnot. But the main thing of that book is there was a hell of a lot of new stuff, and it was really, really good. This is fairly small. It's only 2 pages, which, like I said, new heroes and these update things, it's just there just because they had to do something. They couldn't really do a proper Clash of Kings book to 2021 because of what's going on in the world, which will date this video somewhat. But just does the changes, and then it does a battle report. Who was he against? It was the Northern Alliance and the Dwarves against the Abyssal Dwarves and the... I think it was just Abyssal Dwarves. Surely Ratkin were involved, weren't they? No, just Abyssal Dwarves. Okay. Yeah, it's proper battle report. Shame it doesn't do turn by turn play, but I mean, how many pages we've got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages, and then an aftermath page. But it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's not bad. So yeah, I will be going in depth of the units, but the magic in this book for the different material planes, just going back a little bit, you choose a plane you want to play on, for instance the material plane, and then there is different spells that are associated with it, and then there's channeling things that spellcasters roll on. The 2 spells you've got Alchemist's Curse and Magical Mimicry, which you pay points to do this, and they get better with and cost more depending on the spellcast level, which that's one of the things they do to get the spellcast for the spellcast levels. That's the reason they are there. So if you spellcast rank 1, you can't go for the level 3 upgrade, or the level 2 upgrade for that matter. So, like I said, as a campaign book, it's not too bad. You are definitely getting your money's worth out of it. But like I said, if you are really, and I mean really, wanting a update book with new units, different rule changes and whatnot, you are kind of missing the point. It's also showcasing more the Ratkin, which Mantic are kind of going on with a bit more, which is nice. They are very nice models, and I have to say, half of the army's already done with using the Vermin models from Dead Zone, which stick them on square bases. There you go. So yeah, like I said, good campaign book. Can't go wrong with it. You are going to have at least one spellcaster in your army, either a priest or some sort of support wizard. But yeah, pretty good book. But that's it for now. Goodbye.